Namaskar. Today we are going to determine about the nature and the temperament, exactly the temperament of a spouse for female. So what is the planet that play more role? That is your Jupiter. For females, Jupiter is the karak of husband, and for male, Venus is the karak of spouse. So Jupiter plays a very crucial role in the female and the women charts, as well as not only the Jupiter but the seventh house lord play also the very extreme level of job. So we will see in which sign either Jupiter or seventh house lord present and what it concludes from the temperament of the spouse. So these principles you have to apply both in the D1 chart and your D9 chart. Although the Hindi version is present in the playlist, this is on demand video in English. So if you need any consultancy, download Jyotishgher Veda app, check out our websites for free analysis, share your charts here and give us 60 days, but Vimshoti Dasha should not be missing. So if you are new in the world of Jyotishgher, then subscribe and notification bell to on, because complaints by most of the users that the latest videos we are not able to find the notification. So the sign placement of any placement in of any planets means nature of the planet, and the house placement means where the person can meet their husband and spouse. So in your chart, if Jupiter is present or the seventh house lord is present, note down, I am not repeating this point again and again, in the Aries sign, in the sign number 1, if you see that these are present in one number of sign, or if Jupiter is present in this house, first house, these are the criteria. In this case, the women get husband can be very decent. Note down, the husband will be decent, youthful, active, and sometimes aggressive and straightforward in nature. These are the qualities and strength of a spouse. So they are very noble and respected in the society. So you can get the idea of this, and you can meet your husband in any physical activity place like exercise place like gym, dancing, in any club or sports activity. So note down these things. Now what happen when the Jupiter or the seventh house lord is present in the second sign, means in Taurus, or in your chart, in the birth chart is present this either this condition hold or either in the second house. So it is a house of second house. Here you can get husband can be very handsome because the effect of your Venus, and he will be very materialistic, and he will be very sensual and have pleasant voice. The person is family oriented and can be very artistic and good singer, financial advisor and analyst, and can be accountant, working in the bank. So these are the things. So you can get your husband family gathering of any function. Now moves to number 3. If your Jupiter or the seventh house lord is present in the sign number 3, means Gemini, anywhere inside the chart, I am just sign is discussing anywhere in the chart, and your Jupiter and seventh house is present in the third house in your D1 chart, means either in 3 number or in the third house. What does it says? It says that you will get your husband of having a very good talk nature. He will have stamina, will be very good in public speaker, and can be a good teacher. So you can meet your husband in neighbors through immediate people, short distance traveling and meetings, because it is a house of short travelings. Now what will happen if Jupiter and seventh house lord is present in the sign number 4, that is of Cancer, or in the fourth house. The fourth house is a house of mother. So the Jupiter exalted here, so husband have good qualities. Women get husband who is very spiritual, good nature, and very emotional, means emotional and sensitivity will be there. You cannot ignore that one. But sometimes they can be dominating, but although overall they are very social and connected with the heart, with the partner. So these are the things when you find your Jupiter seventh house lord. Let's move to your fifth house. What does fifth house says? If they are present either in the fifth house, fifth sign, or in the fifth house, this house, Before going ahead, if you think that you need any consultancy, then you have the media. Download Jyotishgher Veda app and check out our website jyotishgher.in. Please do not share your mobile number, your email, because we do not call without appointment anybody. So in the fifth house or in the sign number 5th, that is of Leo. In that case, husband looks and love kids, like to teach children, like to have attention of others. They always think that they should be treated very specially. Special treatment they need. These are the requirement. Such kind of husband very lucky in kids education and gaining of knowledge. So you can get here while the 12th exam passing, schools, entertainment, political event and art gallery. These are the things when the such things activity can happen. Now what will happen if your Jupiter and the 7th house lord is present in the sign number 6 anywhere in your chart, that is Virgo, or in this house. This is the house of 6th house. Whatever sign is present, no matter. So the husband will have analytical mind. He will be very promising and he will be very competitive in nature, very liberal in nature and like to do social work, and will have integrating intellectual and with wisdom. In that case, some kind of social serving events you can get your partner. Now in the 7th house, suppose the Jupiter and the 7th house lord is present in the 7th house or in the 7th sign, means in Libra. I am covering both the concept so that you will be eligible to understand the concept. So this is the house of balancing. So your husband will have the prominent feature to balance the family. Jupiter in Libra is good for judgment. So judgment quality is excellent inside your husband. He can be authority position and can be a counselor type. And you can get your partner while attending any wedding ceremony, any gathering or any public place. These are the things when you fetch from the position in the 7th house. Now 8th house, when these planets are placed in the sign of 8, means Scorpio, or if it is not present, if it is present in this house, 8th house. The 8th house is the house of occultism. So husband will have deep knowledge of Tantra Mantra Vidya. He will be very ambitious, secretive, investigative in nature. So you can get your position at the secret place of your meeting of your spouse. So somewhere at the place which is very abundant. So before marrying, you should be very careful while they are present. You should know the background of the family. I am repeating, please note down the background of the family before going to marry if in your chart is present such kind of situations. Now in the sign number 9, if Jupiter and 7th lord is present in sign number 9, means the house of Jupiter itself, Sagittarius, or if it is not present in sign but it is present in the 9th house, in that case you will get husband who is very philosophical, strong in his belief, learned many religious texts. So he will be religious. So it is rightly to say the religious attributes of the person will be there. The person can be sincere, simple, lovable, helping, fortunate, and you are meeting with your spouse most prominently in the religious places like temple, in a library, spiritual functions, long distance traveling, and the person can be of different culture. In that case slightly difference will be there. Now in the 10th house, means in the sign number 10, the Capricorn, or they are placed Jupiter or 7th house in your 7th house, in your 10th house. So 10th house is the house of karma. So Jupiter in the 10 number sign, deviated. What does it mean? It means that you will get your husband who is very materialistic, wealthy, but lacking spiritual knowledge. They have good organizational skills because the 10th house comes into the picture and will be organized, and they will get success through high positions, and you can meet your spouse while working in a place or an organization means. These are the things which will happen. Now if 11th house, if they are present in the 11th house or if they are present in the 11th sign, means Aquarius in the house of Saturn. In that case, husband very interested in philosophical, he will be very philosophical because it is the attributes of Aquarius. So philosophical mind, social service mind, spiritual pursuits. They always love to grow mind, body, soul, and unite with truth. And they always engage how to make life better. So betterment will always be there. Progressive. So in a social function gathering by elder siblings, you can meet your spouse. Now, what will happen at the last house if they are present in the sign of 12, means Pisces, the houses of Jupiter, or in the 12th house. See, here your husband who is have very noble qualities and spirituality. So noble things will be there. The person can be peaceful and imaginative mind. So he will be imaginative, affectionate, and generous in attributes. So your spouse will like music, creativity, and in that case you will get your husband in a foreign land, or somewhere reside in foreign country, or spiritual places and the meditation places. So these are the qualities, these are the temperament. So please note down these things. We are working very hard in Hindi and English, so we always need your love and support. So do subscribe the channel, share as much as possible, because we want everybody learn free of cost without spending a single amount of money. That's all.